I want to pursue this seriously.
Food blogging. You will find a job that pays your rent.
Hi, Dominic Caesar, food and beverage manager for restaurant Do's or Do's.
Claude is our new boss. But Claude,
I aim to get everyone to complete this task today.
I promise you, your divorce will go as planned. Freedom at last, my friend.
you know the kind of food I cook here,
Yes, delicious, authentic African food.
which is sadly dying down nowadays.
Thanks for the meeting and for your time. I'm grateful.
You're welcome. Hopefully I've given you enough to work with.
As a responsible landlady, I try to keep abreast with everyone here.
What if one of your tenants got kidnapped?
God forbid!
No, I honestly do like the idea of having my own food service though. Yeah.
Chef Mo.
Yeah, Chef Mo.
You are not welcome here anymore.
Then perhaps I should ban you from coming over to mine.
Mina, let's talk about your blog.
Yes, Madam First Lady.
You are the first official blogger for the presidential kitchen.
What you're saying is you don't want to get married anymore.
That's not what I said.
I actually came by for a hot meal. I came prepared.
She's not my mama.
There is an error with William's account.
James Williams,
I have to report it.
either you will do no such thing.
I'm sorry, Anna. I tried to get it approved, but my boss wouldn't board. But I want to invest my money in your business.
Why are you snooping on us? Who are you?
I'm an undercover agent for Advanced Financial Crimes Investigation Department.
Yellow Pepper, Season 2, showing on MAGGI websites. Brought to you by MAGGI.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you all to this occasion. I'm Halima Jiko, Senior Media Relations Manager with APO Group. I will be your host today. It is my pleasure to moderate this session. We have Nestlé, the world's largest food and beverage company, who is launching a first-of-a-kind nutrition website in Central and West Africa. Nestlé is also topping it off with the second season of its hit online series, Yellow Pepper. So I hope by the end of this session, you will be as excited as we are all about the MAGGI website and also the Yellow Pepper Show, which are officially launching today. We also hope that you will share widely with your audience. So the program for this afternoon is as follows. We have a full hour together. And the first 45 minutes are dedicated to our speakers' presentations. We will get all the information needed on your end on the launches. We will also have 50 minutes at the end of the session dedicated to answering any questions you will definitely have. Questions are actually popping up. That's very good. So keep writing them down on our dedicated Q&A button, and our panelists will gladly answer them. And just don't forget to mention your name and your publication when you submit them. So this afternoon, we have the opportunity to meet with Dominique Allier. Hello, Dominique.
Hello, Halima. Good afternoon, everyone.
So Dominique, you are Business Executive Officer of the MAGGI brand in Nestlé Central and West Africa.
Exactly.
Yeah. Glad to have you. So we
you.
also have Akweya Kwakwa, who is Regional Nutrition, Health and Wellness Manager, still with Nestlé Central and West Africa. Hello, Akweya.
Hello, Halima. Good day, everybody.
Akweya, you will unpack important information on Africa's first ever recipe and nutrition platform.
Yes, I will. Very excited to do that.
Thank you. We will also dedicate some time to our yellow pepper stars. We have Ade Laoye from Nigeria.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone. Hi, how are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm well, thank you.
We also have Anita Erskine from Accra in Ghana.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're all well.
We are. So you will give us with Ade all the scope on the show, and hopefully you will share all the fun moments. Alrighty, so dear participants, we are
have
glad
Shirley
to...
as well. You forgot Shirley.
Oh yeah. I'm so sorry about that. So yes, definitely we do have someone very special. So actually she is this very passionate lady who collaborated with Nestlé to bring together this whole strong female characters to life. Hi, Shirley, Nana.
Hi everybody.
Hope you are well.
Very well, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so maybe Dominique, we can start with you. You oversee the MAGGI brand business across 25 countries within Central and West Africa. And as we already know, Nestlé's is actually this region, Central and West Africa, is Nestlé's largest MAGGI market in the world. So you are a French-trained food engineer, and you have held different positions around the world with Nestlé, actually 24 years dedicated to MAGGI. So we welcome and thank you. And maybe can you please tell us more about what MAGGI has in store for us?
Yes, of course, Halima. Thank you very much. So yes, I've been working for MAGGI 24 years and actually 7 years in Africa. So I'm very happy to be here today and very proud to announce the launch of this MAGGI website and the Yellow Pepper Season 2. So MAGGI has been in the region for 60 years and obviously we have been innovating all the way until today, innovating with products, but also innovating with the way we communicate with consumers and how we want to educate them. And the story today is all about engaging, communicating with consumers, and also promote healthier and tastier cooking. So for us, it's really because MAGGI is part of Nestlé Group. So for us, it's a very concrete way of fulfilling the Nestlé's purpose of enhancing quality of life and contributing to a healthier future. So back to 2017, MAGGI launched 4 simply good commitments. And let me remind them what are those commitments. The first one is we commit to use familiar and common ingredients. And with the different innovations we had in Nigeria and Ghana, like Niger Pot, Signature Range, Dede, we show that. We also commit to improve the nutritional profile of our products. So we are progressively reducing the sodium content of all our products, and we are also enriching them with iodine and iron. We commit to increase local sourcing and build local communities. So I'm very proud to say that more than 70% of our raw and pack materials are sourced in Africa. And we commit to raise awareness on healthy eating and cooking. And that's why we are here today, because the website you will see is really answering to that and to educate the consumers to cook healthier. MAGGI has been in the region for a long time, as I said, and we have been very strong to organize some underground activities like cooking caravans, pop-up kitchen, nutritional forums where we gather a lot of people and we give information about our products and our nutrition. But obviously today with the rise of social media, internet, and especially in the region, and especially today, we with what is happening, it's very important to engage with consumers also through social media. So that's this closeness to consumer is really important. We will continue the on-ground activities because they are critical for us, and it's a way also to engage with everyone, even the one who are not connected, but we will continue to develop the online communication for our brand. So today we are launching an African website. So it's a MAGGI website for Central and West Africa region. And Ekwa will enter into more details. So I will not say too much about it, but it's really about merging the traditional African cuisine with some modern twists and with nutritional tips, I would say. And along with this exciting platform, we are launching the second season of Yellow Pepper. So our famous web series. So the season 1 was a hit, and the number of viewers was more than 20 million. And it has proven to us that we can marry, if you want, drama, comedy, suspense, love, with the love of food and with also nutritional education. And in the season 2, we pushed that aspect as well a little bit further. So the series will go live next Monday, June 8th. I just want to say that it has been shot before the COVID situation. So that's why you will see the actresses hugging and kissing and shaking hands, because at that time we could do that. So, and the show will be until beginning of September. So every week we will have 3 8-minute web episodes, and they will be released on Yellow Pepper YouTube and YouTube channel. Sorry, they will also be aired on MAGGI Instagram and Facebook pages. Today we are very happy to show you also the trailers, and we are very happy to have the cast and Shirley who really made it. So thank you to all of them to be there. So enjoy the show, enjoy the website afterwards, cook the recipe, enjoy the healthy and tasty recipe, and let's cook the difference with MAGGI. Thank you, Halima.
Very exciting. Thank you, Dominique. You will be pleased, I'm sure, to answer all the participants' questions during the Q&A session. Now let's meet with Akweya Kwakwa, who is a Regional Nutrition, Health and Wellness Manager. Hello, Akweya.
Hello, Halima. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very well.
Thank you. Thank you, Halima, and good day, ladies and gentlemen. As Halima mentioned, my name is Akweya, and I'm the Nutrition, Health and Wellness Manager for Nestlé Central and West Africa. I'm very honored to present to you the new MAGGI website. We will first view a short introductory video, and then I'll present some exciting key features about the website. So let's see the video first.
Food just got more interesting. So what do you want to cook today? Even the most traditional meals can be made interesting for kids. Or maybe you're feeling creative? Or you want traditional but quick? Every recipe comes with full nutritional information. My Menu IQ is the first of its kind in Africa. My Menu IQ is a special feature developed by Nestlé, which tells you the nutritional quality of each meal with a score out of 100. This My Menu IQ score is displayed on each recipe. The higher the score, the better the nutritional quality. This means more balanced and less sodium, saturated fat, or other nutrients of concern. All recipes on the MAGGI website have scores that are 45 or higher, meaning they all have good or great balance. The My Menu IQ score can help you improve your nutritional balance. It also tells you how much energy in the food is coming from fat, protein or carbohydrate. My Menu IQ is a great guide for you and your family to better understand your meals and to make the choice to enjoy well-balanced meals. Each recipe also shows the time needed to prepare it and the ease of cooking, whether easy, intermediate, or difficult. You also have the opportunity to rank the recipes with stars. These exciting features give us the power to choose and enjoy the right meals for any moment and still ensure healthier eating. Do try them and don't forget to rank the recipes. Want to know about your favorite MAGGI products? In the mood for some drama, action and romance? Relive all the drama from season 1. Don't miss a single episode of season 2. And there's even more. With all this drama and amazing recipes, food just got really interesting. Just type in the websites and start enjoying.
Thank you for this video. Akweya, you focus really on empowering consumers with nutrition knowledge to help them choose more nutritious foods that are affordable, readily available, and of course, delicious.
Yes, Halima. So I hope the video has really whetted everybody's appetite to go on there and to find out more for themselves. I just want to go through a brief description of what to expect, as you saw in the video. The first thing I'll say is the MAGGI website is really a celebration of African cuisine in a modern way. Our local recipes have been adapted by a team of celebrity chefs, food bloggers, and nutritionists to make sure that they're as delicious as well as nutritious. And this is a sign of our commitment to healthier eating. So how this started was the unique team first mapped the most popular recipes in our region. Then, while the nutritionists set the guidelines to ensure balanced nutrition, the chefs adapted the recipes to make sure that they're still tasty. Nestlé Siwa's vision is to ensure affordable and accessible nutrition for our consumers, as you said, Halima. And so the chefs ensure that all the recipes still use our everyday ingredients, which we can buy everywhere at very affordable prices. So we're speaking of our familiar ingredients like beans, like fish, like our leafy green vegetables, for example. And in addition, on the website, an exciting feature that you'll see is that they are presented, the recipes are presented in different ways, which celebrate our different personalities and lifestyles. So whether you're on a busy schedule, whether you want an adventurous meal with a twist, the classic recipes, of course, and also addressing one of the trickiest bits for parents, which is recipes for our children. So besides the recipes, an exciting feature of the MAGGI website, as we saw, is that consumers have the nutrition information to complement each recipe with a feature called My Menu IQ. And My Menu IQ is a unique nutrition assessment tool. This has been developed by Nestlé and is the first of its kind in Africa. And the My Menu IQ score is displayed on each recipe with a score out of 100. So the higher the score, it shows the better the nutritional quality of the dish. This means that the dish is more balanced and it also has less of what we should eat in moderation, such as sodium, saturated fat, or added sugars. So My Menu IQ is really helping us to have the best information to make the best decision in terms of nutritional quality. And it's also my pleasure to let you know that all our recipes on the MAGGI website have My Menu IQ scores that are 45 or higher, including even the recipes for kids. So this means that the recipes all have good balance or they have great balance. And that means that our consumers can be sure that whatever recipe they decide to choose to try from the website, they are getting something that is of good nutritional quality. Now, in addition to the score, when you click on the plus sign next to the score, you'll see an explanation of what a balanced meal is. You will see the meaning of your My Menu IQ score. You'll also find some advice on how to improve your nutritional balance and how much of your meal is made up of protein, fat, or carbohydrates. And then the explanation also gives us tips on how to get the best out of our recipes so that our bodies get the best of the important nutrients such as iron. And iron is a nutrient that is very important in helping us fight infections, especially in these times when everybody's seeking to be healthier, to build their immunity. This iron is also linked to our flagship program for Nestlé Siwa, which is called Live Strong with Iron. And we plan to expand this flagship program to other Nestlé Siwa countries by the end of the year. So what is the objective of Live Strong with Iron? This is to help to reduce the burden of iron deficiency. Iron deficiency happens to be the largest nutrient deficiency in the world, including our region. And our aim is to raise awareness about the importance of iron, and more importantly, how easily we can get the iron from our locally available iron-rich and iron-fortified foods, including those on our MAGGI website. So in summary, My Menu IQ is really an excellent guide for us and our families to better understand our meals and to make the choice to enjoy well-balanced meals. Besides My Menu IQ, we have other exciting features as you saw. We have each recipe showing the ease of cooking of each meal. It can be easy, intermediate, or difficult. It also shows the amount of time needed for each meal so that consumers can make the right decision about what they can conveniently do in the time they have. And after trying the recipes, consumers can also rate them with stars and they can share comments on them. So we encourage you all to please try the recipes and don't forget to rate them. Don't forget to share your comments to help other food lovers to really enjoy African cuisine. In conclusion, the MAGGI website is about so much more than our recipes, of course. We also share information to our MAGGI products. We are very transparent about what's in them, about the variety we have. There's also a link to our yellow pepper, including behind the scenes and bloopers, which our actresses will also talk about in the next section. So we hope you enjoy and do try the recipes and let us know. Thank you.
Thanks to you, Aquia. Actually, I don't think I have ever calculated the nutrition value of my chebujan or chicken yassa. So I'm definitely going personally to try some of the recipes you just showcased. Thank you again.
Welcome.
Dear participants, keep sending your questions. Please address as many as we can, as you can. And now, before meeting with our actresses, I'm pretty sure some of you are already familiar with them. We have Shirley Nana Aquia Frimpong Menso. Hello, Shirley. Hi again.
Okay, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well. Shirley, you have a background in directing, writing, presenting, producing, and also events organization. And you really bring to African cinema a rich and varied experience. Because if you don't know, Shirley has written, produced, and directed several widely acclaimed Ghanaian movies, including this one, this acclaimed one, Potato Potato, which is a romantic comedy, and it had its world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival back in 2017. The movie is actually currently streaming in Netflix. And Shirley, you really do an outstanding job as director for the Yellow Pepper Show.
Thank you so much. I have such a blast, on Yellow Pepper. I think primarily also because it's a learning process for me when it comes to food. We all sort of learned so much about eating healthy, you know, and the diverse ways you can use Maggi to be able to bring the taste that you want into the foods that we eat. But I think apart from everything else, it's also the bond that I had with the girls, you know. I remember there are a lot of times when something would happen and some of the guys would come up and say, what's going on? And then we'll just look at them and be like, nothing, you know, because it's a girls thing going on. It was so much fun, you know, from season 1 into season 2. And I can tell you that the drama in season 2 is just crazy. I mean, if you look at the behind the scenes footage, it will just tell you that it was chaos, beautiful chaos every day on set. And for me personally, as a director and also as a writer, writing Yellow Pepper, directing Yellow Pepper, you know, for several months like we did, you know, preparing for it and making sure that the foods that we cooked also align with the stories that we're telling, because we're not telling just stories about women who had, you know, issues and they were trying to solve it, but we're also telling stories about African women, you know, who found friendship and support around cooking very healthy African dishes. And for me, it was amazing. I enjoyed it completely, and I'll do it again and again. I remember our last day on set, you know, it was so emotional. You know, some of us cried because it was just a beautiful experience. And I honestly think that Yellow Pepper season 2 especially became much bigger than we actually even anticipated. And you would see why. We don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but it was just great. It was big and beautiful. The foods were amazing. You know, we always couldn't wait to finish so we could eat it. So it was amazing. I loved it, and I thank Maggie very much for giving me the opportunity to add this to all the experiences that I've had as a director. I like to say a big thank you to Dominique. I think that, you know, he allowed us to dream and be creative, you know, and put our suggestions forward. And he really respected, you know, what we do and allowed us to just make Yellow Pepper everything that it is today. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Shirley. Thank you.
You know, it was great to have Ade back, Anita, Aurelie, you know, and then the 2 other actors who joined us. It was amazing. These girls, I keep on telling everybody, you know, especially some of the female actors that I work with, and I'm like, you should see the kind of professionalism and the kind of work that these ladies bring to Yellow Pepper. It is top notch. And personally, I have already gotten in touch with some of them, and working with them is just so much easy, so much fun. It's a director's dream. So thank you very much, ladies. Sometimes I call them girls, but you know, they don't mind. So thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Shirley. Let's see for ourselves the season 2 trailer. Let's watch it now.
How far will you go for money, for fame, for love, for forgiveness, for vindication, for respect, for desire, for redemption, for revenge? The girls are back.
I need to talk to you.
Yes! Yellow Pepper Season 2.
Hello, Africa!
Follow all the action, romance, intrigue.
Let go of me.
Come to my house to threaten me? And great food. Yellow Pepper Season 2, showing on MAGGI websites. Brought to you by MAGGI.
Ooh, back to Anita and Ade. Anita, can you tell us more about the excitement Yellow Pepper has to offer?
Oh man, if I start letting the cat out of the bag, you guys won't be able to handle it. But please do allow me to use this platform, first of all, to thank Shirley. I've known Shirley for a long time, and anytime we have come together to have a basic conversation, she's always reminded me about my gift, my talent. And on Yellow Pepe, she allowed me to be myself. She allowed me to be, the budding actress that I am. And I think that's what Yellow Pepe embodies, the support that comes from, comes from our best selves, comes from our sisterhood. And Shirley did not compromise. It was early mornings and late nights, but I mean, everybody else would look tired but Shirley. So please allow me to use this platform to say that Africa has a gem in that young lady. And I'm so proud that MAGGI is allowing her the opportunity to nurture talents like myself. Yellow Pepe for me brought me right to the core of the very important conversation that women are having on the continent of Africa, and that is sisterhood, it's growth, it's entrepreneurship, it's dreams, it's ambitions, it's being let down and having somebody next to you to raise you up. And I have to say, I'm primarily extremely proud that MAGGI, being such a powerful brand, stood up actually and gave we, the women of Africa, an opportunity to tell our authentic story and to tell it around food, around healthy, nutritious, delicious food. Of course, Anna is nothing like Anita. Anna is in the kitchen making all the magic. Anita is coming back home every day and saying, oh my goodness, I didn't know there was this much food across the continent. I feel that I have become almost a self-imposed brand influencer for MAGGI. And honestly, the stories that each and every one of these women comes to tell, their problems, their issues, and the solutions we ultimately find together are owed to the power of evolution of the brand MAGGI, which has changed from our great grandmothers to now. And I'm proud that Yellow Pepe tells the story of the modern African woman and how she wants to lay claim to the authentic originality of food and what it means to the continent of Africa. I'm so proud. Thank you so much, MAGGI. Thank you, Shirley.
Thank you, Anita.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Ade, can we learn more about the good, the bad, the yummy?
The good, the bad, the ugly. Watching the trailer come together is so mind-blowing because when you're on set, when you're in it, it's hard to imagine how it all comes together. But just seeing all of our hard work on the screen right now, it makes me a little teary-eyed because I'm like, we did that, guys, we did that. So I definitely want to also just say thank you to MAGGI for the opportunity. Thank you for having us back for another season. We had so much fun the first time around. They were like, is there going to be season 2? Is there going to be season 2? And at the end of this, we were like, so when is season 3? So when is season 3? We're just all so excited to be a part of something that feels just magical and revolutionary. Shirley, it's good to see you. We're so great to just work with Shirley and with all the amazing women. And just the power of, one thing I love about this show is the power of collaboration, having women from 5 very different, unique countries just come together to tell this beautiful African story. That for me is one of my favorite parts about this production. And people often ask me if I'm anything like Mina in real life. She's sort of your resident diva. She's the fashionista. She always looks fabulous and runs this successful blog. And she loves food so much, and I love food as well. I just don't like to cook it as much as she does. But I've been doing a lot of cooking myself, so I'm actually very excited about the MAGGI website and being able to figure out how to cook even more healthily and to calculate the fats and the carbs and the protein. I'm all about that right now, so I'm very excited about that. But we had an amazing time on set. It was such a family. So like Shirley said, our last day on set, we were crying. I have videos of me crying because we all became so close. We became a family, and I can't wait to do it again. So countdown to season 3. But let's launch season 2 first, okay? Let's launch season 2. Thank you.
Thank you, Ade. We come to the Q&A session now. Let's dive right into it with this first question to Dominique by Austin Adjuebon. He is the editor of Famous People magazine in Lagos, Nigeria. So what initiated the move to launching this website at a time like this, specifically when the whole world is battling with the coronavirus pandemic? And
Well,
why is it only in Central and West Africa? What about other parts of Africa? Any plans of doing so in the future?
yeah, so first of all, why now? I think it's the right time. And actually, you know, we were questioning when is the best time to launch it. And when the pandemic started, we say, wow, maybe people will not really be happy to see this kind of thing. There are so many tragedy outside. And finally, you know, we tested on Facebook and on different social media. We put the season 1 recap. We put the trailer of season 2 and just asking to the viewer if they were ready to see that. And actually it was fantastic, the feedback we had. They say, yes, we want to see season 2. We want the girls back. We want to cook food anyway. We have no choice. We have to cook at home. We spend a long time at home. We are tired with sad information. Let's have fun. Let's have love, comedy, romance, etc. So yes, it's a right time. And as I said before, people are looking more and more for recipes, and they want to know more about nutrition. So it's really important. For the second question, yes, it's launched for the time being in Central West Africa region, but there is a plan for Nestlé to launch it in other parts of Africa, so East Africa, North Africa, and South Africa, maybe in different ways, but the same concept, I would say. Why different ways? Because each region or each country has to adapt to the local culture. And as rightly mentioned by Shirley in her speech, there is something specific in Central West Africa that we can see on the series. East Africa will probably be different, and South Africa will be probably different. But the way to marry comedy and nutritional education of food is something we will roll out across all region in Nestlé.
Thank you. Shirley, what makes Yellow Pepper series unique?
Okay, so what makes Yellow Pepper series unique is I think this is the first time you're actually going to watch real drama. Obviously, it's fiction, you know, but then you're also going to watch a cooking series. So you're going to have the two combined, you know, and you get almost the same sort of what's the word? You get almost the same sort of satisfaction watching it. You know, you get a satisfaction of watching a cooking series where the food is good, you know, it looks good and is prepared well, okay? And then you also get the drama, you get the comedy, you get the thrill, you know. So this is the first time, I mean, personally, if somebody else has watched something else, then I don't know, but it's the first time for me personally that I've seen anything like it. And also the fact that we have ladies from all 5 countries, you know. So I don't speak French, but I promise you, I mean, I could direct these ladies and it was just fine, because, you know, it was a lot more about the connection, the food, the action, more than the language, you know. And if I could do it, it tells you immediately that, you know, there's something very special about it. So the combination of the food and the drama, you know, so you're getting informed, you're getting educated, and also you're getting entertained. For me, I think it's the most unique thing about Yellow Pepper.
Awesome. What about for you, Ade? Same question. What?
Yeah, same. I echo everything that Shirley said. I think for me, it was my first time working with working on an African team. And, you know, I'm very familiar with Nollywood and my industry, but getting to work in Ghana, getting to work with women from different countries was a very eye-opening experience for me. And I don't speak French either. So it was always so fascinating watching when my character is an English speaker, and in many of my scenes, or actually in all of my scenes, I didn't have to speak any French at all, but I would always be so fascinated just watching scenes that were just purely in French and feeling like I felt the passion and I could understand exactly what was going on, besides the fact that I knew what was happening in the script. But I think just for me, the freedom of creative expression was just beautiful to watch, just across countries. And the fact that we all came together to tell this unique story was something that it's something that really encouraged me about being a part of this production. So I think this is unique. Like I said, I think Shirley said it all, but I haven't seen anything else like this. So I think people will really resonate and connect with that.
Any comments from your side, Anita?
Well, I mean, when I told a lot of people, that I was getting involved, I'd signed on to a series. People just couldn't even imagine what the series would be, because I mean, with all due respect, I mean, the last time a series like this was created on the continent of Africa may have been Adam's Apples. I don't know, Shirley. I really don't pay attention necessarily, but of course, I mean, we on the continent, we in the TV and the film industry had been complaining about ownership, had been complaining about creativity, and we've been complaining about people just endorsing the true, authentic African story. So I think this is what is so unique about Yellow Pepe. It does a few things, of which one of the most important thing is show Africans that we can tell our own stories so beautifully, and we can really reach down within ourselves and bring up everything we'll remember about our childhoods, about our lives, the challenges, the laughter, everything like that. And we are really the true owners of our stories. So we need to get into opportunities or grab opportunities where we're able to do that. And one of the silver linings, if I may put it, about Yellow Pepe is, when they say that women don't support each other and women are always, against each other, there is a little tiny hint of it in Yellow Pepe, but it's immediately overtaken by what a big misconception it is, because ultimately the 5 women do come together to see the power in supporting each other. So there is something for every single woman and man in Yellow Pepe. But I understand the whole issue about language is also one of the things I absolutely loved. Walking on set and thinking that my lines were supposed to be delivered in English, and Shirley says, no, I prefer this in French. It'll sound better in French. And I mean, I'm an English speaker, so I'm like, Shirley, like now? She's like, yeah. In the next 2 minutes, it has to be in French. Go on. You have to really be part of this to know that Africa is a beautiful place. Maggie and food and nutrition is a beautiful thing. And I think we will always, always stand out because of what we have all collectively brought together in the Yellow Pepper family.
And for some excuse me, Halima, but for some viewers, it was also a way to learn French or to learn English because of the subtitles. So we had that comment as well. So the people from Nigeria and Ghana learning French through the Yellow Pepper series and vice versa. So that was interesting too.
Let's stay with you, Dominique. We have a question from Ameyo Debra from Ghana. Last year, I had an interview with a chef in the US who argued that African cooking tend to have a strong reliance on things like MAGGI cube and not so much on natural flavors. So with this MAGGI website, how important is it for Nestlé to inform the public on not over relying on MAGGI to cook tasty and nutritious foods?
Well, in life, everything, it's always the same story. It's about balance. And I mean, what is really important for everyone who cook is really to have the right balance of seasoning. And you have your own secret when you prepare your jollof, when you prepare your cebuchen, you have your own secret. And I think MAGGI has played that role. I mean, MAGGI has been part of the repertoire in Central West Africa for long, and it doesn't. You use MAGGI, and you use MAGGI with spices. You use MAGGI with leaves. You use MAGGI with many things. So what is really important for us is the education, and often I hear or I see on social media that Maggi is too salty. At the end of the day, what is really important is that your dish is not too salty. And we recommend, and you will see that on the website as well, that if you use Maggi, you don't need to add salt. You just use your Maggi, you use your usual spices, and you will have a delicious and tasty dish. So I think it's the pleasure and the creativity of each one who cook, who will create the best dishes with or without Maggi. Of course, I'm the business manager for Maggi, so I push and I hope people will put more Maggi. But I mean, at the end of the day, every consumer do what he wants to do. What is important for me is that Maggi is very transparent in the way the ingredient list, but also participate to the education on better nutrition. And that's what we do with the website and with Yellow Pepper.
All right, thank you very much. Akweya, we have a friend here who had a quick look at the website before he came on and feels like it is so beautiful. He is wondering if there is room for maybe one recipe developer, food blogger. Like, can people, consumers contribute?
Thank you, Halima. Yes, I mentioned in my presentation, we really want this to be a very interactive website where we can get feedback from our consumers and see, what else they would like to see. So we definitely welcome any suggestions for new recipes. We also welcome our consumers to maybe try the recipes in their own ways. For example, I may not have cowpeas, but maybe I used, I don't know, kidney beans, for example. So we welcome that consumers also add their own touch, add their own variety, and definitely send us feedback on what else you would like to see, what recipe suggestions you would have, because it can only help us get better at meeting our consumers' needs and really making sure that we're still listening and interacting with you.
And the important thing is that we start with 40 recipes, but we will add on different recipes coming from all over the region, but also from outside of the region. And I think that's a benefit of the website also, because it's a worldwide website for Maggi, and we will have access and we will give access to other recipes from all over the world. And vice versa, by the way, the people in US or UK will have access to our recipe in Africa. So yes, the idea is really to have thousands of recipes, and all suggestions are welcome.
All right, another question from West Africa Business News. How will you capture local audience who may not have smartphones, laptops, power, or even access to data?
So that's an important question. I told you in my introduction that we will continue to have this on-ground activities with cooking caravan, pop-up kitchen, etc. So this will continue, and what we want is to create really a link between what we do on social media and what we do on the ground, and to create link. For example, we could have a cooking contest, a real one, not the one that we see in Yellow Pepper season 2, live, and create events around that. So yeah, it's very important to connect both with the people who have access to data and who have access to a smartphone, and the people who still don't have. So we continue both, and we will continue to engage with all consumers.
Akweya, question from Sananu. How nutritious is Maggi? How does it fit with the all natural organic trend?
Good question. So I'll break it down a bit. Well, first of all, Maggi is made with a lot of local ingredients. We are very transparent with the ingredient list, both on the website as well as if you look on the packaging. So you will see ingredients such as garlic, you'll see ginger, for example, and these are what we call kitchen cupboard ingredients. That's one. And in addition to that, we also fortify our cubes, because what we want to do is to make sure that they are providing the maximum nutrition for our consumers. So we use iodized salt because iodine deficiency is also one of the most prevalent. And most of our cubes are also fortified with iron. And as I mentioned earlier, iron is the biggest deficiency we have in the world and in our region. So what we're attempting to do is to combine a lot of things in a small bouillon, a lot of things as in local natural ingredients, good flavor, as well as good nutrition, so that it's really helping to bring a right balance to your meal, not just in terms of flavor, but a responsible kind of nutritionally responsible solution for our consumers.
All right. So will you ever create an all natural stock cube?
Why not? I mean, the only thing we will face is the price, and because a lot of ingredients, and if you want to have a totally organic bouillon, for example, the cost will be quite high, and unfortunately, we know that 65% of the population in Central and West Africa is living with less than $2 a day. So we also need to bring to them affordable products, and it's obviously with all accepted ingredients by all institutions, but it's very important to be affordable as well. And it's always not the compromise, but we want to be affordable and nutrition at the same time. That's our mission, if you want to give that to all people in Central West Africa.
Shirley, how was it for you to script a drama that had a mission to raise awareness among consumers about nutritious eating and healthy lifestyles?
Honestly, it wasn't easy because, I had to get it right along with the other writers that I work with. We had to do a lot of research. We had to go back to we had to talk to doctors, we had to talk to the MAGGI team severally, because we needed to get it right. And it was challenging as well as very informative, for me. And I have never written anything like that before. Every episode needed to have information. And when you watch the series, I'm sure some of you have seen the hashtag Cook the Difference. You would understand what I mean by that. We have a whole section where there's a lot of concentration on what we're cooking and the kind of information that we're giving out. We do have a set of judges, who are giving out information. So some of what Dominique said about even adding MAGGI to your food, how much salt you can put in your food, as in, okay, if you put MAGGI in, you shouldn't put salt in, and all of that stuff. All of those things needed mentioning, and it needed to be put out right. And so it was very challenging, but it was also very informative, and it was entertaining. I learned things about myself that I didn't know that I actually even, I learned how to, first off, I learned how to use different spices for when it was necessary, especially if you're using MAGGI. And also, if depending on how many people you're cooking for, depending on who's eating, because then we have kits. We also have some of the narrative, some of the story. We're dealing with people who have certain sicknesses and how they were able to eat healthy. So there's a lot in there, and it took a lot of attention to detail to be able to write the right stuff. So yes.
All right. Let's take 3 more questions for Anita, Ade, and Dominique. Anita and Ade, what compelled you to do season 2 of Yellow Pepper?
Ade, you go first.
Well, first of all, I had so much fun from the first season. I wasn't sure what to expect when I got the call. Okay, this series, okay, MAGGI. I'd wanted to watch Shirley for a really long time, so I was excited to hear that she was the one directing. But one thing that really drew me to the series is it didn't feel, because sometimes when you work with certain brands or you do certain partnerships, you can feel like they are beating you over the head with the information. I don't know if anybody else feels like that sometimes. It can feel like, oh, okay, fine, yes, we get it.
But this show didn't feel like that at all. Everything, the way the story was woven into the message we were trying to pass across felt so authentic and felt so organic. And I just really loved it. So coming back for season 2, I would say probably the main reason I came back was just for the relationships. I had such a great time the first season, and I wanted to do it again. Accra is absolutely gorgeous. And so just being in Ghana for, I believe was about 6 weeks, the first time, I couldn't wait to go back and just, being with my fellow Africans, it was a fantastic time. And so coming back, and I was really excited to see how my character would evolve. She's a troublemaker, so I really wanted to know what would happen with her. And I can't tell you, you have to watch the show, but you'll find out all the crazy things that she gets up to. But just the family, I think MAGGI is an incredible brand to be associated with, and just this rich story that we get to tell about women and men that break stereotypes and that help us to show stories that aren't always or often told. I felt like I really wanted to be a part of something that was important. So I will be back again. Fingers crossed.
Yes, you will. Anita, your turn.
Well, I think for me, season 1 kind of ended with a little tiny cliffhanger. Tiny cliffhanger for everybody, but a huge cliffhanger for Anna. She was just discovering, with the help of her friends, that she could be, more than just the chef her mother had trained her to be. And I needed to see where Anna would take everything in season 2. I wanted to see what her love life would become like in season 2, where her business would go, where her affiliations would go, and where her real personality would go. Because in season 1, she was this kind of very quiet, didn't want to take risks. You had Ade's character always pushing Miss Anna to do something. Season 2, by virtue of the script, meant that Anna had to be a little bit more than just, a kitchen buddy. She had to be a little bit more bold and be a little bit more assertive and take a few risks here and there with the help of her friends. So I came back for season 2 because 1, I strongly believed in the storyline. 2, I strongly do love the brand MAGGI and what it stands for and what it does for women like me, who are modern African, women trying to get it right from life to balance and kids and food and everything in between. And listen, if the director had changed, I may not have signed for season 2. Shirley, yay! But knowing that I was coming back into the fray into the fold, where Shirley and Ken and the MAGGI brand managers, etc., were going to kind of help us to reignite that fire we'd created in 2017, for me meant everything to the consistency of my personal brand and myself as a budding talent in the film industry. And also the affiliation with MAGGI also meant that I was staying true to what and who I say I am, an advocate for women, an advocate for young girls, and being able to be involved in a project that lifts the image of African women everywhere. It was a no-brainer for me.
Thank you for sharing. We really appreciate. Let's take one more question, one final one for Dominique. Dominique, is MAGGI produced in the region or is it imported? What is the
No,
yeah.
totally produced in the region. So 100% in 7 factories across the region, and we've we employ directly 2,000 people in our factories, and indirectly with the salespeople and all the people along the value chain. We have thousands of people working for us. So MAGGI is proudly African.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, finally we come to the end of this online press conference. I would like to say a big thank you to all our participants. I hope you really did enjoy this conference and that you are looking forward to the show, the season 2. We hope answers from our panelists have been very beneficial for everybody here. Just if you have additional questions or you would like to continue with one of our speakers, just please feel free to get in touch with the contacts provided by APO and Nestlé in the invitation. So once again, thank you all for joining. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you to all. Okay.
Hello. The kind of pressure you give me.